Now, one of the topics that I think is so important that I know that you touched on earlier, because I find this really important for creative professionals to discuss, is being let go from a creative job. And I think as creatives, so much of our egos and our sense of self-worth is tied to our work and to our creations. And so when we get let go from jobs, or our work is heavily criticized and marked up in red ink, we feel a certain type of way. It feels personal. What are your experiences with being let go from jobs, and what advice would you have for the millions of creatives who are currently out of work right now and trying to figure out, what is the next move?
I know I have two different situations. So one situation for me was clearly business,
Hmm.
and I was able to see it because I was on that operating team. Reduce expenses, acquire a company, streamline management. And so I completely understood that, and I was able to move on because I knew it was a business decision. And another decision was a business decision, but I did struggle with, and I do struggle with the fairness of it. I think, as creatives, we always struggle to be respected. We always struggle to validate work that happens here.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, even when we have the job, we're fighting for dollars. We're fighting
Hmm.
for, teams to agree with, direction of a project. And so I feel like we're always working to gain that respect. Um, I think in this situation, so there's the COVID situation where you're being let go. Um, if you're able to understand the economics of running a business and knowing that, for that business to be able to survive, to potentially come back, they've got to reduce their expenses. I mean, it is just like a business decision. Um, and unfortunately, what's helpful for me is I just think there are so many people in this situation. It's not just me. It's the United States, and it's the globe. We're all having this challenge. I think the one thing that you can do is don't allow someone else's decision about you as an employee, or keeping you on or letting you go. Don't let that be a shock to your ego. Don't let that be a shock to your talent. You have to do a lot of positive self-talk, because it's so easy to let somebody else's opinion of you as an employee really shadow and cloud your confidence. Don't do it. Just how you were able to get that position and job, you can get another one. And while you're in that, during the period of time where you're looking for work, you're going to look for work. You're going to develop your ecosystem in terms of your network. I mean, build a strong network. That's really important. Keep in contact with the people that you did work with, and continue to learn new skills. Use that time wisely. And that's what I've always been able to do. That's what I call passion project time. I'm able to continue to add to my portfolio by working on things that I really want to do. And I do a lot of volunteering work that allows me to give back and still develop my talents. So the most important thing is, have confidence. Keep the confidence and know that you're gonna continue to go on and continue to grow.
Is there someone in particular that you look towards for that positive reinforcement? Like when you're really down in the dumps, you need that, that person to whisper in your ear, or whoever. Like, is there a podcast? Is there a YouTube channel or musician or whoever? Like, who gets you feeling right and being in the right state of mind?
You know what? I don't want to come. Yeah, I do a good job at motivating myself. I have to remember who I am. Because if I sit and I drown in negative thoughts and negative self talk, and I do that from time to time, and that's okay. Like, we need to do that, but I don't stay there.
Hmm. Hmm.
I come out of it. I remember who I am. I know what I'm able to accomplish. And I do a good job at being able to pull myself out, but I also balance that with a great schedule where I'm in the outdoors, which helps a lot, and working out helps a lot. I enjoy my cocktails, but I don't go overboard. So you really have to have balance. And for some people, it is listening to a podcast. I'm a member of a lot of different creative networks and professional groups. And let me give credit to my networks. Listening to my peers and my colleagues talk about their work and talk about their challenge, that's actually therapy, because everybody's got challenges that they're dealing with in unique ways. And so I'm going to take that back. It's not just me. It's and I'll give it to you. Like, your platform has been incredibly helpful in validating and seeing other people validate some of the things that I've encountered in places of work or in public. So I want to thank you for your platform, because it's a space where people can be candid and incredibly honest. And I think I told you I've got two social profiles. One where I've got to be, Office Delanie, and I joined LLAG as my down and dirty profile, where I can say what I want. And that is part of the therapy, being able to, express without having to worry about someone criticizing you or doxing you. So thank you.
No problem. I totally agree with that. I myself have to parse those different sides of my personality, where there's the side of me where it's more refined and all my talking points are in line, and then the other side of me that wants to be a little bit more me and a little bit more candid. Now, since we've been isolating ourselves for the past month or so, I'm sure that you've had a lot of time to reflect on your life and your career and the changes that we're going to see in this country after all this is over. When the coronavirus pandemic eventually gets contained, what is the first thing you're going to do when you can go outside and be out and about?
I think I'm going to take a nice long trail ride. Because I saw this graphic of how you can get contaminated by running in somebody's trail wind, and so I said,
yeah.
I'm not going on the trail ride. I'm not going running. So I think a nice long ride is what I'm going to do. But I also am probably going to spend time. This time of isolation made me realize that being social while being distant is important. I've got a group of girlfriends that I knew that we needed to find a way to be connected. And we're all professionals, we're all creatives, we're all kind of working for ourselves. And so we said, we wanted to help. We need help, but we also know that so many in our network needed to help. And so we founded this platform called VitaminB20. And we wanted to be able to, during this time of social distancing, continue the conversation. So conversations that we would have if we were able to go meet for a happy hour, or we were able to go, and have brunch. But we also wanted to make sure that we were growing ourselves, growing our friends in our network. And we wanted to give people a chance to talk about their businesses and their brands and showcase their talents. And so I'm hoping that when we come out of this, that work that we've done to give this platform to all of these women, I'm hoping that they're able to leverage that and continue to build their businesses. Because this is all going to impact us. But if we can do something to help, something to keep the names of these talented people on the minds of potential new employers or clients, then this time will be well spent for us.
I definitely appreciate that. I was taking a look at the Vitamin B20 website, and I love the platform that you're building and the fact that you're creating this space to allow people to be able to express themselves, especially in this time of need. Again, I'm so glad that you're here. My last question for you is, what are you currently working on, and where can we find you?
Goodness, I'm working on an amazing product. I love to call her my boss. I'm doing some COO work for Healthy Roots Dolls. It is a little black doll created by this amazing woman. It was her thesis project at RISD, and she's built a business around it. So I am helping her with some new product development. And I've got some other products for some clients that I can't share, because in product development and marketing, we have to be confidential. But you'll be able to see those products on shelves, hopefully in Target and Walmart in by end of year. And what was your last question?
And where can we find you?
Oh, besupercreative.com or hashtag VitaminB20 on Instagram. And I'm in a lot of other places, but those are the two most important ones. And I'll be in LLAG all the time, hanging out in the cut.
Well, Delanie, it was an absolute pleasure. And honestly, whenever you finished developing that doll, I would love to have you back on to do a little demo and show it to us. I think everyone on the page would love it.
We're coming back.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Again, you are always welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Have a nice Sunday.
You too.
All right. Bye.